What is up, YouTube pipe community? Mostly just getting the stream up just to start checking to make sure the tech is working before we do the live drawing, which will be in about 30 minutes, but also to go ahead and open up the airwaves for anybody that wants to chat before we get started. If you need me, I'm just going to be keeping an eye on things and cleaning my pipes. So have at it. Let me see. Oh, I didn't realize I can type things. Welcome to the stream. Looks like I've got one person watching, two people watching. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Don't mind me. Feel free to chat. I'm here to chat and catch up with everybody before we get really deep into the drawing. So for the moment, I'm just cleaning out all my pipes. I've got probably 12 pipes laid out here on my desk. So how's everyone doing today? Don't know, is the chat working? I hope it's working. Murder sessions. I don't know when you posted this. Doesn't tell me like times. But oh, you're going to be starting your night shift. Well, I don't know where you're at. Oh, that's right. You're in the UK, aren't you? Hey, New Jersey. Hey, KP Piper. Hey, Anthony George. How you both doing? You both doing good? You smoking anything? I would be smoking, except that I'm in my home office, and when I'm home, I don't smoke in my office. I only smoke outdoors on my back porch, just so I don't stink up the room. Plus, I've got the smoke detector for this room is like directly above my head, so I don't need any smoke that I'm blowing out traveling up and getting in there and setting off alarms. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Hey, Thomas. Kramer's blend from Cary Grant. I haven't heard of that. How is that? How is that one, KP? There we go. One down. Those of you who are just joining the stream, I've got the chat up and running for everybody to chat and say hi to each other. I'm cleaning my pipes right now. I'm not currently smoking anything, but I'm working on it. KP, it's an English with a bit of Irish cream. Sounds delicious. English has got a lot of Kia in it. I'm assuming if it's an English blend, that it's got a lot of Kia in it, right? The only Irish cream blend that I've had an encounter with is CAO's Eileen's Dream. Okay, it does have a lot of Kia. How does the Irish cream play with a lot of Kia? That's an interesting combination because you get the smokiness, but you also get the sweetness from the Irish cream. This one needs to be. Come on. This is how I know it's been a while since I cleaned my pipes. Room note. Oh, okay. There we go. Goodness gracious. Yeah, see, that's how you know it's been a while since I cleaned my pipes. So that's not good. Woo! That's a dirty inside. I will be right back, gentlemen. I need to grab a washcloth, wipe this off. Alrighty. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Just now realizing, some of this crap is going to take some a little bit heavier duty pipe cleaning than I was necessarily prepared for. So I thought I'd get something to dab things off on and drain it. Whole story online about how it's created. Oh, okay. I like Cornell and Deal blends. I've never really had a problem with them. So I'm with you, Thomas. I think I need to check that out. And you said it's available through smokingpipes.com, and I've certainly bought from them before. So I think I'm going to have to try that out. I wasn't aware of that, KP. Thank you for the recommendation. Gosh, dang it. I love these pipes. This is my Dr. Grabo Omega. And I love it as a pipe. I hate cleaning it because it's built to have a filter in it, and I smoke it without the filter, but it makes finding the draft hole very, very difficult. It's not like a Peterson system pipe where there are two distinct holes. You're kind of playing find the bullseye. There we go. Ooh, yeah, it's not good. It's been a while since I've cleaned these. Welcome to anybody that's just now joining us. I see we're up to 5 or 6. So everyone, the drawing will be at 3 o'clock straight up. Right now it is 2:40, so we've got about 20 minutes. Mostly I just wanted to get the stream up and running so that everyone would have a chance to get on and chat for a little while before we do the actual drawing. So feel free to join in on the chats. Got some good people here with a lot of knowledge. So, and if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them, and I'd be happy to answer them live. So I'm paying attention to the chat here. So I don't know if y'all can see it the way, like when Mike over at Briar Blues does it. When I'm watching his streams, it always shows like all the comments next to him. I don't know if it's doing that for me, but. Ooh. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's good. I know that I always watch when Mike is doing his streams. I keep an eye on which icons have popped up so that I can see where he's at in the conversation. Where is... Let's see. So I don't know what y'all use to clean your pipes. This kind of just popped into my head that I'm in the middle of cleaning and I'm not. Murder Sessions from Scotland. All right. Where in Scotland are you from? Everclear. Southwest Scotland. Okay. Anthony, I've never used Everclear to clean my pipes. I use I don't know if you can read this. It's called Clean and Cure from Pipe Masters, and it's essentially briar fresh. And you dab a little bit on a pipe cleaner and you run it through the stem, and then you pour a little bit into the bowl, swish it around, and then pour it out. So. I've never used grain alcohol. I think the closest I've ever come is I used some whiskey at one point to clean one of my pipes. And that was okay. Wasn't the greatest thing in the world. Murder Sessions. You're on the southwest coast of Scotland. I was up several years ago. I studied abroad in London, and I was able to make it up to Edinburgh for the St. Andrew's Day Festival. That was a lot of fun. Welcome, Cal Delta. Oh, that's all right, Cal Delta. There will be many more giveaways throughout the year, I'm sure, as we get more chances. But this is the first time I've done this, so I thought I would kind of just do it special and set a nice little time limit on it. Hey, Rory, how you doing? She's trying to stay warm up in Illinois? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, not a lot of people make it to their capitals. I know the capital of Texas is Austin, and I've only been there a handful of times, and I've lived here for 20 years. So, Dunoon, Scotland. See, I'm not really good with my Scottish geography, so I only know kind of some of the areas of Scotland. I just know that it's really, really pretty. And at some point, I want to make it to Aberdeen. My family is from the Highlands, and I would love to make it up there at some point and visit the ancestral castle and all that. No, I agree. I agree with you, Murder Sessions. Edinburgh is very touristy from what I experienced of it, and it was the same with London. I very much enjoyed getting out of London and how touristy it was. So, but like I said, I would love to make it up into the Highlands and go visit my ancestral homelands. So, I don't know. That seems to be a thing with Americans, that we're like obsessed with our European ancestry. That Sacramento. Ugh, Sacramento. I don't even want to think about that traffic. I don't even want to think about that traffic. I've been to California a couple of times, and every time I get stuck in some kind of traffic. Highland Cows, Harry Coos. My dad brought back, he and my mom did a Scotland tour at one point, and they brought back one of the little stuffed animal Harry Coos with them. They got to go on a tour of the Talisker distillery, and I'm super, super jealous because I adore Talisker whiskey. Speaking of which, I'm going to pour myself a little drink. So, oh, Cal Delta, I imagine that traffic is terrible. I wouldn't want to get stuck in it. I have seen the news where, it's, especially coming out of LA and all the other, major cities in California, where it's, 2 to 3 hours in traffic. I can't imagine that. I'm trying to decide which one of these needs to be cleaned. This one's probably good. My little church warden. This was the first pipe that I bought back in 2012. 2012. This was my very first pipe. And it's just a little basket Italian pipe. And I still love it. So I think that one's probably clean. This guy's probably clean. He needs to dry out. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be sitting in that traffic. I can't imagine doing that. I would, no. I got stuck. I had court yesterday, and I got stuck. There was a major traffic accident, and I was stuck for an extra 20 minutes, and I couldn't do it. I was so stressed out. Now, granted, I was going to court, so, maybe that was part of it. Come on, get that thing in there. There we go. God, the inside of this pipe is so rough. This is one of my eBay finds. This is a amphora from the 60s or 70s. And I love it, but the inside of the pipe is always so rough. McLellan. There's a good boy right there. Yeah, I like McLellan. I got nothing against it. Stockton, California, man, I can't imagine. I did some time in Carlsbad outside San Diego, and the traffic was horrible, horrible. So I can't imagine, especially now, it's definitely probably getting worse. I'm running out of like the bristled pipe cleaners. This is not good. I'm gonna have to go to my tobacco store tonight. Thomas, I don't know if you've seen this since you're a McLellan guy. Have you had this one, the McLellan 15-year-old in the fine oak? So have you had this one? Oh yeah, DC metro area. Oh, horrible. It's very good. I'm not normally a McLellan guy. I don't know, something's off about it to me. But the McLellan 15-year-old in the fine oak is really, really good. But yeah, especially if you're in the DC area, I can't imagine that traffic. I did a summer internship in the House of Representatives, and I lived in DuPont Circle. And just, oh my God, trying just to ride the subway through the metro area was horrible, horrible. So I love the subway in London. The London subway is so much smoother and nicer than the subway in DC. Damn these pipes. This is the joy of owning so many pipes. You get lazy about cleaning them because you've just got, half a dozen others that you can smoke at the same time. So you don't go through and clean them between rotations. And so, I've been working on this amphora for probably 3 rounds of pipe cleaners and cleaner. And it's still coming out, black and nasty and tarry. So, joy of joys. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, welcome to anybody that's just now joining us. Right now, we just have a live chat up and going, and we're all just kind of talking. We're gonna get to the drawing in about 10 minutes. As we head up to 3 o'clock, the drawing will be live at 3 o'clock. I've already got my bowl of entries right here. We will do that live. Tullamore Dew. That's an Irish whiskey, isn't it? Isn't that right? I want to say it's Irish. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Oh, goodness. Isn't Tullamore Dew the one that has the viral video that's going around on Facebook that's like the best whiskey commercial ever made or something like that, where it's the 4 guys singing in the Irish hills and they're all singing about whiskey, and then it starts raining at the church or something like that? I think it's Tullamore Dew that has that commercial. Goodness gracious, God, these freaking pipe cleaners. That's gonna have to be good enough. Because man, I'm running out of pipe cleaners. I'm gonna run out at this rate. Yes, and actually, I think it was the wedding one is the same one I'm talking about because what they're singing about is losing a friend, and they're at the church, and what you find out is one of the four guys that's singing, it's his wedding day, and they're singing as kind of a joke that they're losing him because he's getting married. So I think it's the same one. Cal Delta, I'm right there with you. I am. If you've followed my channel at all, you'll know I am a horrendous collector. I have a trigger finger. I have a hairpin trigger finger when it comes to eBay auctions, and good God, I'll lower my camera so you can see this. This is just some of the pipes that I'm working on cleaning right now. So, I've got those. There's 3 more on the fireplace behind me. There's a pipe. There's a pipe up here. There's a pipe up there. There's a pipe over here. I've probably got 20, 25, maybe. But I'm with you. I mean, really, there's about 4 pipes that I rotate between that I really enjoy using. And so, a lot of these just don't get used all that often, but I like having the option to use them. And I think that's my fatal character flaw, is I like having the option, but I never take advantage of it. Wow, man, you're on a whole other level there. But don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad. Some people are collectors. Some people are smokers. I know I'm definitely a collector, but then you have people like Bradley over at Stuff and Things that he has maybe 10 pipes, and he will rotate them. Or then you have somebody like Mutton Chop Piper who has, a pipe for every day of the week. And then he only has the pipe for every day of the week that he has designated for, each day. He's got a designated pipe for aromatics versus non-aromatics. And then he's got, corn cobs. He's got pipes that he's collected. I think when he did his last video, it was something like 30 or something pipes. And he went through and bought, what's his? His is the Savinelli 320, I think is what it is. It's a bent author. And he went through and bought like 7 or 8 matching pipes. All the same model, same rustication, same finish, everything, same size. I mean, 7 matching pipes and then an 8th just to make it a round number that he would go through, and that's his pipe for that day. And I can't imagine, having that kind of a rotation. Sold off a comic collection, 10,000. All right, yeah, you are a collector, man. I yield, man. You're a collector. Virgin Bulldog, Thomas. That's a good pipe. That's a good. In fact, GBD. I just got this guy in this week. Actually, yesterday. This is a GBD new standard, and this is pre-merger. And I know that because the way that London Made is spelled out is in a straight line. But this one is an old one. And I got this on an eBay auction. Yeah, it is. It's a gorgeous pipe. And the pictures on Instagram are even better. They're on my Instagram and Twitter because you can see the grain. But the only weird thing about this pipe is this is a replacement stem. It's not the original. And I don't know if y'all can see this. This is a twin bore stem. And I have never run into this. And Mike last night was telling me that this design is made so that it's harder to bite through the bit, which is an interesting design, I guess. I'd never run into it, so that's brand new to me. Cigar smokers can have several humidors filled. Yeah, man. Rory, speaking of guys with lots of humidors, have you seen what is it? The cigar aficionado, or no, cigar obsession. He has like 4 humidors, and he also has cooler doors, which are like camping water coolers that are just filled with boxes of cigars. The man has probably, I don't know, 5 or 6,000 cigars. I've got a buddy of mine that has a humidor that can hold, I think, 500 sticks, and I thought that was excessive. But wow, there are collectors and then there's collectors, and part of that is they buy boxes that are limited editions, and they'll buy 2 or 3 of those boxes at a time. Or they've got a stick that they really like, and they're worried about it going out of production, so they'll buy 5 or 6 boxes of that cigar. So man, it's crazy. Pre-merger as well. And the pre-merger, from what I've heard, Thomas, is that was the golden age of GBD, was the pre-merger, because after that, the quality started going down. Yeah, the Silver Roundel, or the Silver Rondell, is before the merger. After the merger, they did make pipes that have metal rondels in the stem. Those would be like right here in the stem, but they're made out of brass, and that's how you know the timing distinction. Anthony, yeah, cellaring. I've got a problem with that too. I've probably got 50 blends on hand right now, and I probably only smoke 3 or 4 of them. But part of that is I have a knack for buying blends that are like just about to go out of production. So I've got 4 of the Drew Estate pipe tobaccos that you can't get anymore because Drew Estate stopped making them. Charles, it can be difficult to cellar, but the best way to do it is tins don't have to be climate controlled in the same way as cigars. No, Rory, McLellan never did come back on the market, and from everything that I have heard, the owners of McLellan refused to sell any of their recipes over to any other manufacturers. They just wanted completely out, and they didn't want anybody producing McLellan blends that wasn't in the McLellan family. So unfortunately, McLellan did not come back on the market and doesn't look like it ever will. And that's really unfortunate because they had some great blends, including the Frogmorton series. Charles, getting back to you. Yeah, with it being difficult to cellar things in Texas, it's not necessarily. Come on. This is the thing about Army mount pipes. It's not necessarily difficult per se to cellar in Texas. What makes it somewhat difficult is temperature control. But if your house stays, under 80 degrees during the day and over 60 degrees at night, then it shouldn't be that big an issue. What I do, and what a lot of people do, is we buy when we buy shoes, we keep the shoe box. Or you can go buy, Tupperware shoe boxes at, Walmart, and you just take a bunch of tins and you stack them together and just put them away, put them out of mind, out of sight, and that way you kind of forget about them, and then you rediscover, oh wow, this has 5 or 6 years of age on it, and so long as where you're keeping them is moderately temperature controlled and climate controlled, and they don't get wet, you're not really going to have any issue. Now, when it comes to pouches pouches need to be pretty much immediately decanted into mason jars or canning jars. And at that point, you just need to keep them out of direct sunlight and just keep them in something moderately temperature controlled and you'll be fine. So what makes it difficult in Texas is finding all of the blends that you want. At least that's my experience, which is why I had to go into online retailers. No, it is terrible, Rory. It is absolutely terrible. Yeah, I'm very disappointed that the family doesn't want McLellan. I can understand, but I'm also disappointed. Yeah, Cal Delta, they did have a pipe tobacco that they produced for a while. Let me see really quickly if I can find. I've got some tins. Here we go. So this is a tin for their blend Harvest on Hudson. And this was a series that they did put out for a good while. And unfortunately, about the same time I really got into tin tobacco, they decided to stop manufacturing pipe tobacco because there just wasn't enough money in it. And it's beautiful artwork. And I'm really disappointed because the blends are very delicious. But just like so many things, I only managed to procure 1 tin of each blend that I was interested in. So now I've got, half a tin's worth of tobacco in a mason jar that I'm, parsing out a little bit at a time and saving for special occasions. Tins that have been opened need to be decanted into mason jars. They need to be in an airtight container. So it's safe to store them in a tin as long as it's not been opened because they're vacuum sealed, so they're airtight. Once the airtight seal has been broken, they need to be decanted into glass mason jars and then stored. And yeah, you don't have to vacuum seal them necessarily like you would for canning jams and jellies and stuff like that, but they do need to be put away so that you keep their moisture content the same, because once the seal's broken, moisture is going to start leaking out of them and they're going to dry out essentially. The Calabash Pipe, no, I have not gotten the Calabash Pipe yet. And I say that because there is one on a website that I'm looking at, and I'm not going to say which website, and I'm not going to say what specific Calabash Pipe I'm looking at because I don't want anyone competing with me to get it. I'm just waiting until I have the money to do it. But it's a very nice estate pipe calabash, and I'm really excited. I hope I get it. The price is right for me. I'm waiting till I get my next paycheck, and hopefully it'll still be available for me to get. So I'm kind of waiting it out. But the goal is to get this Calabash Pipe and bring it home, clean it up, and get it smoking again, because my opinion is that a pipe deserves to be smoked. It really does. So yeah, Thomas, exactly. After you open it, you do need to jar it. So I got really lucky with these guys. If I can get the dang thing open. There was one blend, and I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't the Harvest on Hudson. There was another blend that Mutton Chop Piper had recommended to me, and I got it, and I pulled it out, and the paper was super yellow with age on it, and it was so delicious. Oh God, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Central Park Stroll. That's it, Central Park Stroll. And so good. And I weep that Drew Estate stopped making their pipe tobaccos because they really were very delicious. What's up, Wildcat? Mm. How you doing? Whew. And by the way, if y'all are like sending in messages really quickly and replying to me live in real time, and I'm having these long dramatic pauses between answering you, it could be that the feed, uh, whichever side it is taking some time to load on my end. So there may be like slight pauses where I'm trying to catch up or I'm waiting for messages to come in that you've already sent and I'm just now seeing them. So I'm not ignoring anybody, just so we're clear. UK versus Kansas. Who are you rooting for? Wildcats. All right. I should have figured from your handle. My in-laws are huge Wildcat fans. They have the Wildcat everything. That their house is decorated within an inch of its life in um, both Wildcat stuff and Kansas City Chiefs. They're huge Chiefs fans. So Drew Estate, I don't know if they own Swisher Sweets. I know that Drew Estate owns Liga Privada, but I'm not familiar with the gas station brands, only because I don't smoke them. So that's not saying that they're not or they are. It's I just don't smoke Swishers, so I'm not really sure. Kentucky Fired. Rock Chalk. What is that? Buckeyes. Thomas, there is no hate for the Buckeyes here. My grandfather graduated from Ohio State University in the 50s. There is no hate for the Buckeyes here. I grew up watching the Buckeyes. Oh, the Kansas Jayhawks. Okay. Charles, uh, I don't disagree with you. I think the last time I had a Swisher Sweet, I was in undergrad in college, and I smoked one with a buddy of mine. Um, and I can't do them. They're too chemically for me. I'm all about premiums. Um, if I'm gonna smoke something sweet, give me like a Insidious by Asylum or an Acid Cuba Cuba um, or Tatiana. Something that's not quite so chemically. Um, but I mean, hey, to each their own. I'm not knocking anybody that smokes them. I just don't smoke them personally. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, no, I grew up. I've never been to Ohio. I am not like real big on Ohio. As a fan, but hey, man, I appreciate them. Oh my goodness, is that time already? It is 3:12, my friends. I got caught up talking and totally spaced. So we're going to go ahead and get to the drawing. I'm going to move all this stuff out of here so y'all can see. Okay. Let's see. All right. So here's what we got. I have a bowl. Each of these slips of paper has the name of somebody who entered. There are, in this bowl, I'm going to crease some of these so that they're not like obviously open. Okay. There we go. Really crease them up so that they're not, you know, super obviously open, so I'm not cheating or anything. There were 27 entries into this contest. So we're going to shake that up. Come on. All right. This is the winner. Doc, I don't know if y'all can read that. Doc Bravo, you are the winner. Try to remember. I think Doc was the only one who did a VR. So congratulations, Doc. If you're watching this, if you see this later, go ahead and send me a message on either Twitter or Instagram. Alternatively, when this post ends, I will go in and edit it and add my email address in the description box below this video. So go ahead and shoot me a message, and we will discuss delivery of your prize, the Missouri Meerschaum pipe, and the tin of Cult Abacus. Again, thank you to everybody who entered. You know, this is a much bigger amount of feedback than I was really expecting, considering the size of my channel. So thank you to everybody. Oh, you did? Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. No, and you know, Doc, I'm trying to remember. I think Doc is new to the YouTube pipe community as well. If I remember his video response correctly, and I remember looking at his channel, I think he's relatively new. So hey, man, that's some good fortune. So Doc, if you're watching this, congratulations. If you see this later, again, congratulations, and go ahead and shoot me a message, and we will coordinate to get you your prize. But again, everybody, thank you for entering. The feedback on this has been just amazing, and I really appreciate it. So other than that, guys, that's all I've really got for you. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it. We've been going for about 45 minutes now, so I think it's about time. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, Cal Delta, I'll be looking forward to your comments. All right, guys. I will see you all later. Have a good one.